2015, he was doing his taxes, getting ready for April 15th, and he had made a large circle around himself on the floor of files and receipts and important paperwork, and for 4 or 5 days he would go in there, kneel in the middle of it, and not be completing it, and be frustrated. And I went in to help and realized, this isn't that hard, I can help him. So I took it over, and then I realized, wow, he can't organize anymore.
What was I watching?
An old famous show that's fun called, hold on, Let's Make a Deal. That I realized one time he was trying to organize his own pillbox, and one time he'd taken one day's pills at the wrong time, and I just realized those small details are very confusing for him.
Typical day life?
Day
Yeah.
like.
Like.
What's a day like here?
Here?
What do we do now?
Sit. Think about what we're gonna do next. I don't know.
Tell him about the turkeys.
What's that?
Tell him about the turkeys.
What turkeys? The ones we raise here?
The wild turkeys?
We've had, well, we had wild turkeys.
Every day. You
Every
feed
day-
them every day.
Every day they'd come in.
How many?
They're still doing it.
How many?
How many?
Yeah, you count them.
20,
13.
13, yeah, 13 right now.
It's sad when he can't remember things too, like people. You know, I'll say, hey, remember so-and-so? You have to just readjust and say, okay. Maybe he can remember what we just did,
It
but
says
not those stories.
B1. This one says B1. And then up here it says B2. B1 there. B1.
And on days when I might be sad that my father isn't who he used to be, that I have to say, look at him. He's gardening. Look at him. He's standing at the back door counting the 13 wild turkeys 5 times. You haven't eaten. You're low in blood sugar. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me on edge because there are changes within every day, as well as changes in every week or month. I don't always know what to expect, and I'm often surprised. So, Dad's doctor paid a home visit. He came into the house and went into the living room where Dad was and listened to his chest. And he told me that Dad had the beginnings of pneumonia.
So the doxycycline wouldn't be the best antibiotic for what he has.
And because of his dementia and because of his condition, how his body wasn't working, it wasn't going to get better. I must be truthful and respect his dignity and do what you guys say is best. So no one's contradicting me in making that decision. So when I talked to my dad's doctor, he said because of Dad's condition, even if he had antibiotics, it would continue to happen. So I had to make a decision. And then I asked the doctor, did I make the right decision? Did I make the best decision? And he said, yes, I did. when you have dementia, small vessel dementia, you can go along and start to deteriorate, and then boom, it just gets much worse very quickly. And that's what happened to Dad. Being more forgetful and more confused, and I just had to stay with him all the time, and the caregivers, we had to be right on him. And right until the end, it was tough. That last month was really tough. Dad always wanted to be outside. He loved to go out, and we had to go with him because he was getting weaker, and we would stay outside with him, and he'd get tired. And the hardest part in the last few weeks was getting enough caregivers, making sure people could be here all the time if I couldn't be here, and to make sure they could stay longer than their regular shifts. And now I can look back, now I can see how focused I was on my father. And if anyone is ever thinking about caring for someone with dementia at home, you have to be very disciplined to be there and get enough help. And now I see that, but I don't have regrets, because that was my dad, and it was the end of his life. Slowly over time, I could go for a walk with a friend and not worry the whole time about, is he okay? Do I need to get back home now? I can resume my life and do some more activities that I enjoy, like go out to dinner with a friend and relax.